Take a look at these comedy sketch videos and tell me, what do you notice about them? That's right, they all have a terrible amount of views. And they're all from my channel, Benjamin Lewis. I bet you're wondering, wow, how did he manage to get so few views? Well, I'll tell you, it wasn't easy, but I've spent a bunch of time figuring out how to get less and less views from my own channel's experience, and today I intend to share all of my tips with you. So without further ado, these are my 13 tips of how to get less views. Now this first one is very important. The first tip is to make sure that no video you make is on a trending topic. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I consider myself an expert on not being trendy, from my video on Among Us, to my video on Dr. Seuss, to my video on shoes. That could be considered the most important lesson of this entire video. If you want to avoid being trending, then avoid topics that are trending. Next, I just want you to watch this clip. Yeah, it's just a new thing we're trying out. We want to take a break from the whole videos on demand thing, so instead we're actually sending people who would normally post videos to viewers' houses to perform their videos there. That sounds like a very bad idea. It's so we can charge people inordinate amounts of money. Oh, okay, that sounds like you. Stop it right there. Did you see that? Well, my friends, that's the second lesson of this video. Make fun of YouTube in your YouTube video. Preferably in the first 30 seconds of your video, if possible. See, the secret thing that this does is it makes YouTube hate you and stop showing your videos to people. It's basically the equivalent of slapping your landlord in the face. Now, tip number 3 is making sure that the intro to your video has as few jokes as possible. I've accomplished many astounding feats in this field, such as when reaction channels get popular, product placement in movies, or If We Fit Was a Person. In fact, for just a moment, just watch the intro to If We Fit Was a Person. Pure art. The next tip relates to thumbnails. Now, thumbnails are absolutely imperative to the success or failure of your video. They're basically the audience's first impressions of your video, so it's essential that when you're taking photos for a thumbnail, you make the creepiest face you possibly can. I've done many creepy thumbnail photos in my time, but a few have stood out as the creepiest, including When Everything is Clickbait, every game of Scrabble ever, and of course, every game of Among Us ever. Now, when taking your own creepy thumbnail photos, always remember creepy hair, creepy eyes, creepy teeth. Next, if you want to get lots of views, then you need to title your videos in the same sort of style as other videos in your niche so that the right audience can find you. But I don't want views, so I do the complete opposite. You've got to name your video something that does not represent your type of content accurately at all. In fact, you should name it something that completely throws everybody off track. If you do it right, then nobody who's actually interested in your type of content will have that content suggested to them, and even after changing the title twice, you'll still have disrupted a great streak of videos, and maybe you'll never even get YouTube to suggest that to people ever again. Anyway, moving on. Now, have you heard of clickbait? Clickbait is basically videos that promise one exciting thing in the title and thumbnail and deliver something completely different in the actual video. Clickbait is almost universally despised on YouTube, so associate yourself with it as much as you can. What I did on my channel was I just put clickbait in the title of a video, and look how many views it has. Next, we need to talk about shorts. Even though shorts can sometimes damage your channel in general, they were a great boost for me when I did them. I had shorts with 12,000, 15,000, even 40,000 views, which was huge for me. So I flipping stopped making them. The shorts were giving me a heck lot of traction and success, so you can see why I had to stop making them. But the key was to only take a break from posting shorts so that while I was away, YouTube had time to recognize my inconsistency in posting, and that when I came back, I finally had the low amounts of views that I'd always wanted. Next, we come to the topic of sequels. Sequels can perform quite well if you treat them correctly, but we don't want to treat them correctly, do we? No, the way to get low views on your sequels is by making a sequel about a video that already had a low amount of views. In my case, I took this video with less than 200 views and made a sequel out of it. That was actually extra great because why have one video with clickbait in the title when you can have 2? And back to the topic of titles, in the same way that to get a lot of views, you should have a short, snappy title that quickly satisfies the viewer's hunger for an entertaining premise, to get no views, you should have a really overly long title that makes the premise of the video seem more complicated than it actually is. This can force your potential viewers into feeling that your content isn't worth their time and can cause you to lose watch time and potential subscribers. Whoa! We did it! Next, I want to talk about audio. Now, the audio in my videos is usually pretty good, and I was getting pretty flipping tired of it. But then I had a brainwave. What if I could film in a pool where I can't use my microphone, so they get awful, terrible sound with a whole lot of echo and background noise?
Hey, Chris, I forgot. How do you do butterfly again?
And that's the next tip. Come up with creative ways of screwing up your audio. Film in a terrible location. Accidentally flick your microphone a few times.
Oh, I got a little sunburn.
Even don't wear your microphone if you want to.
What? I was just walking in the same direction as you.
Be inventive with it. Go wild. I believe in you. Now, the next step is to give your videos really inconsistent length. If a video that's 3 minutes long gets a lot of views, make a video that's ridiculously longer than that one. Make one that's 6 minutes and another that's 12 minutes. Remember, inconsistency is key. Next, one great way to confuse the people who aren't subscribed to you and lose the people who are is by making a video straight up telling people all the problems in your videos that they might already have missed. Oh, that's a paradox. And finally, one of the best ways to get less views is by never, ever, under any circumstances, giving your videos a satisfying punchline. Great, that's filming done. Thank you all so much for watching my 20th full-length video. It feels insane that it's been this many. It has been just so much fun making these skits, and if you've enjoyed them, then please subscribe so you can get to 1,000 subscribers and then eventually collaborate with Stephen He. Probably won't happen, but maybe it'll happen, and maybe Stephen He will be like, yo, your videos are so cool, that they're the coolest of all the videos. And then he'd be like, you want to collab, bro? And I'd be like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And I don't really know what I'm saying at this point, but that... Okay, bye-bye.